Hello, people of the internet. It is me, Krazapar, signing back in to do yet another review. And today we're doing it on Telak, one of the mocks I made a long, long time ago, and wanted to do a review on, and now finally getting around to doing so. Now, Telak is an older mock. He is inspired from 2007, as you can probably tell, and he was actually supposed to be remake of a mock I made a long, 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 long time ago when I was a wee little kid. We're talking about like 7 or 8 years old or something like that. This has been like 2009. No, this is when Hero Factory would have come out and would have dominated my life. And of course, Meltdown, as he's using pieces from Meltdown, would be a set I owned and I loved to pieces and made mocks out of all the time. And I remember immediately thinking that 2007, of course, being my favorite year even as a kid, this head would go really well as like a Prisoner of the Pit character, and would be really fun to make. And thus, I made him. And now, after all these years, I have taken that mock apart to remake my Meltdown, and then I've also like my set Meltdown. And this I've gotten a lot more of those heads through like partals and whatnot on eBay, and I've ended up with him, and I've had Telek for a while now. This is like a guy who predated back in the old house. You might see him in a couple videos when I'm doing like room tours, and then of course also recently I did a test animation walk with him. But with that all the way, we'll just get into the review. Telek, lore-wise, is his full name would be Telek the Deceiver, or I guess it would be titled as a Deceiver, and he is a Matoran slaver. He would work underneath the Baraki and enslave Matoran, and like Takadox, he had a much more potent hypnotic gaze, and would use Matoran and basically make them shamblers, as Lee Matoran would put it, because of the Vaki that would enslave them. He was basically just the walking sentient version of a Vaki who would make Matoran shamblers. Once the Paraki got busted, he did too. After fleeing, he was found by Botar and thrown into the pit. And I guess old habits die hard, because when the Great Cataclysm struck and the pit flooded with water, he escaped into the Black Waters and started doing the same thing, not learning his lesson, enslaving Matoran, having an entire army of just broken, sad, shambling Matoran. That's his character. He is not a good guy. And I get to the review. I guess we'll start off with most of them, like always, the feet. The feet are pretty basic. They're just the clawed Paraka feet, and his legs are. This whole mock is pretty basic. But Paraka feet, Vaki limbs, and the Vizarek bone piece there, with just the standard Nika armor, and he has both legs are symmetrical, and both are 3 points of articulation. Arms, he's got two different arms. They're both the same build, but one has a claw and one has the Baraki launcher piece, the squid launcher. He's got 3 points of 3 points of articulation in this arm, 5 in this one because he got kind of the Mutran claw with the thumb. The torso is based off of Pride Axe. It's a little bit more modified. So he's got 1 point of articulation in the torso, and he's got 2 in these little hook arms, these little 4 weird mutant arms here, little gimp arms. And he's got 1 point of articulation in the neck, which just uses the voodoo ball with the axle through it to connect to it. And that's pretty much it for the overall general review. Again, Telek is one of my favorite mocks, really. I like him a lot. Just for how basic he is. And again, 2007, my favorite year. So I guess we'll go into the size comparison now. Here he is next to the Matoran, Maritoran. He's pretty small. Much smaller than like a Toa would be. Which fits him. I like to keep some of these characters nice and small. I do like the Baraki after all. This would be the Matoran I would be using for him. In fact, if I had it my way, I'd be reviewing him and that little Matoran I made, but that little Matoran I made for him is in storage. But he's a little Matoran in plasma that he keeps around by his side as his little servant, and you know, that's basically it, and I would be using him, but here's my little Matoran instead. If you want to do another size comparison, we'll do it with Parumari, like I did from last video. Here he is. So pretty short compared to them, even if he's fallen over. He's still pretty short. And I guess just for the sake of it, because I have Meltdown on hand, we'll do a comparison between him and Meltdown. And yeah, these guys should be about the same height, actually, now that I think about it. If I were to fully extend them, you know, they'd be about the same size. But yeah, that's basically it. This is Cressipar signing back. Oh, thank you guys for watching. I should say that first. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll maybe make a couple more. I think I'm going to be doing another video today of another Prisoner of the Pit mock that I wanted to do. I've got a couple more of these guys coming out too, by the way. I've got a couple more that I'm going to be working out, but I got to finalize them first. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.